Hey there and welcome to my backyard. Just doing a quick update on how Better Boyfriend's getting along. So sit back and relax, brace yourself for the excitement. So it's been quite some time since my last video. I don't really have any good excuses. One thing that I guess I'm not going to say I learned it, but what I've experienced in this time is if you're working with freelancers, or I guess the difference between having a team and all being members of one team sort of on the regular versus what I've done, which is kind of assembling people as I need them online, sourcing them, is in a team, if someone has a question, they just turn around and ask the other person. And what I've experienced lately is I'll, for example, receive some design files, fire them off to the developer, who will do his best, and then discover that actually so and so isn't broken into layers or whatever. Another actually a big learning for me has been make sure you have the software required to check all files. So I don't want to pay for Photoshop, so and never have. So the program I'm familiar with is GIMP, or New Image Manipulation Program, and I, as part of where I've been at and what I've been doing for such a long time, I had to reinstall that on my computer to make sure that design files were coming through layered, basically. That was my big issue. So yeah, what that rolls out into when you're not one team, one office, is the developer receives the files, goes away, does his thing, maybe a week later gets in touch and says, hey, this isn't quite right, I need layered files. I then have a job and a life and am a bit slack because this is a side gig, and it takes me a week to read that and fire it off to the designer, who then says, cool, I'll look at it in a week. And then 2 weeks later I get the updated files and send them back to the developer. So yeah, delays between what would normally be simple questions are quite significant compared to, all working together in an agency or in an office or whatever. So yeah, that's been I guess that accounts for the time lapse, and unfortunately did not make my target go live or launch date of February 14th. Funnily enough, the game itself hasn't changed much in that time. So many flies out here. But I spent a lot of time toing and froing on my store page on Steam. I do have a lot of respect for Steam because they make sure you do a good job, basically, and fulfill their requirements. I've written a blog about it. Hit up betterboyfriendgame.com if you want to read about that. But yeah, I spent a lot of time toing and froing on the requirements for my store page, which is live, and you're not allowed to launch the game until a minimum of 2 weeks after your page goes live. But my new target date is Friday the 13th of March. It's kind of, if you're going to have to pick an arbitrary date, you might as well pick an interesting one. And we are on track for that. I have had my first submission of the game itself rejected by Steam, have addressed that feedback and second submissions with them. So I'm hopeful that we can do it in 2 submissions. Store page made it in on 3. Won't be surprised if it takes 3. Won't be surprised if it takes more, because yeah, they're pretty thorough. So yeah, aiming for March the 13th. Currently looks like we're on track, but you never know what's going to come up. And yeah, just really pumped to get it live. And it remains a really interesting, fun experience.